Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join 3 Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers! And welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
I'm Cousin Gina.
We have 3 of us today recapping McBee Dynasty. We're doing Season 2, Episode number 8, Panic on the Combine. I don't love that title, but it's all right.
I can't believe it's Episode 8 already.
I know, I'm a little
Went
disappointed.
fast. Yeah.
I'm disappointed.
So I only watched this episode, but I did listen to your podcast, so I'm caught up. But how many episodes do we have left for the season?
2. It's
There's only 10?
Yeah.
And we're supposed to see a wedding, correct?
Yes, that's the season finale.
Okay.
So I don't know how much more we're going to get, but we'll have to wait and see.
Well, we know they have a baby, right? So
Well, we know there's
I'm
2
assuming
babies.
the wedding went forward.
Yeah.
I mean, not that they have to be married to have a kid, but I'm just saying they're clearly still together if they have a child.
Yeah.
And I think I sent you guys a text. She clearly was pregnant when they were filming.
Yes, but probably brand new.
Yeah.
pregnant.
Yeah.
And, maybe she didn't want to take anything away from her sister-in-law, let her be, but
Yeah. That's okay though.
2 little girls.
Yep, 2 little girls.
Now,
Well, their mother must be thrilled.
no, you know who's thrilled is Steve Sr. I follow him on Instagram, and the only thing he's been posting, I guess for a while since the legal thing happened, are pictures of him with the granddaughters.
Well, that's nice.
And
It
I
is
didn't
nice.
realize there were 2, but it's just like every day he's taking them swimming, he's doing this with them, he's taking them out for
Aw.
rides on horses. And yeah, he's a good grandfather.
That's good. That's important. I mean,
It is.
maybe not the best husband, obviously, and
No.
seems like a good dad, though, right?
No,
Not a good
No?
role model.
Okay.
no.
Again, I didn't watch
Yeah,
other
not-
than this episode. I'm just
I say
learning.
that because he encourages his sons to cheat. Maybe overtly.
Oh my God.
I
Well,
don't think he
puts them
encourages
in
it.
situations
Yeah.
where they shouldn't be.
Right.
And
He
he did.
encourages them to go to bars and get drunk and
Well, yeah, no, that's not productive.
No, that's
Okay.
not productive. So we start out with Cole. He's on the combine, and they need to finish the corn harvest so that they can move on to the soybean. So, like I was saying last week, I would like to see more of that whole harvest situation. I really enjoy watching that. It's interesting to me.
I agree. And it's so not housewife-ish that I did really enjoy that.
Yeah.
and they have a lot of other businesses. So I'm wondering how much of the farming do they really do?
Yeah, like that could just be for cameras, that they're physically on the machine doing the harvesting.
The 4 brothers, right.
Right. They
I bet
probably
you-
have people to do that for them.
Well, I honestly do think Cole and Jesse do a lot of the labor. I do think that they are on the farm doing the labor. I mean, Stephen Jr., not so much. I think he's, more behind the scenes. And
He's
then
like the
he's
business
running
guy,
it.
though, right?
Yes,
the
he's running
business-
it. Right. And then Braden's the youngest, and I'm not sure he's as involved because he started it a little bit later than the other. But the next thing we see is Stephen Jr. apologizes to his mom because we ended the last episode with her kind of walking out because she wasn't happy with the way he was speaking to her. He's saying that it's really hard for him, to be alone. He feels like the 7th wheel when he goes out with his brothers. And at 30 years old, I can imagine that would be tough if, he's always used to being partnered up and all of a sudden he's not, with a partner.
Maybe he needs to find new friends.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I think that's what his mom was saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
you
was.
can't,
Find other people
if you're
to
not
surround
choosing
yourself
the
with.
same road that your brothers are on.
Right.
Which is funny, though, because they're all in relationships. Well, I don't know about the younger one. He's not, right?
He's not, no.
But they're still going out to bars anyway, right?
Not really. And not unless, they're
When
going
they're
to
in
Nashville. Yeah, only when
Okay.
they're in Nashville, not at home. I mean, they're all hanging out together when they're at home. I mean, they all go to one house for dinner. like, whether they order in or they're all hanging out together. It seems to be. That's
Right.
how
They
they're
don't live on a
portraying it.
compound, but they live very close to
They're
each
all on
other.
the same property. They all have a house on the farm.
But the
Oh, okay, so
property's
it is a
just
compound.
huge.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
property's
yes,
huge.
yes, yes.
Okay. Because I
And
saw the
then
one brother, I think it's Cole, right? With the pregnant girlfriend.
Mhm.
They're building that house. That house is gonna be beautiful.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And the other one, Jesse, who's with Allie, they also own a house in the city, and I'm not sure what city. What's the
Kansas
closest
City.
one? Kansas
Kansas
City,
City.
yeah. They
Okay.
have a house there because she's a nurse practitioner there.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Good for her. Wow.
Stephen also is saying that, having the weight of the farm on his shoulders and not having anyone to talk to about it is kind of weighing on him too.
So I understand the father has allegations brought against him, right? So that litigation is pending.
Well, he's
Father
guilty. He's guilty.
father can't have any hands in the business at this point.
I
No, I
imagine
think
not.
at this time, I think when it was filmed, I don't think he had pled guilty yet.
Since he's pled
Yeah,
guilty?
I think after filming of season 2 was when it was like one of those negotiations, and
The plea
he is
bargain?
going to be sentenced next month, but they said he could still get up to 30 years.
Wow.
It
What
was
the hell did he do?
falsifying the farm assessment
Yeah,
records or something where the government gives farms,
Right.
some help.
money. Yeah,
Grants or something. Got it.
And guess
yes.
what? You deserve. If you're taking my
Well,
tax dollars like that,
fuck yeah.
yeah, I think we should be helping our farmers just like we're doing. But it's not fair to the other farmers when you take advantage of that.
No, absolutely. It's definitely wrong what he did. Kristi's telling him that she's not the girl for him, Calah. Even though, he needs someone to lean on, she's not the one. And I think everyone agrees with that she's not the girl for him. And the funny thing is, as they're driving on the farm, because Kristi hasn't been to the farm in a long time. Since the divorce, she really has kind of distanced herself from it. But as they're driving around on the farm, all of a sudden Masha's there and he points her out. He's like, oh my gosh, there's Masha. And she's like, oh, I've never seen her before. And I don't think she really got a chance to see her. But from
It was
what
a
it looked,
cars. Yeah.
yeah, they
Neither did
passed.
I looked down real quick and looked up. I'm like, "Where is she?" But I didn't rewind. I probably should have.
You wouldn't have seen anything anyway. It was just like you wouldn't have seen it. And then Kacie and Alli are talking about the wedding, and Allie's been with Jesse since she was 16 years old. Yep. And then we see back out on the combine, Jesse's thinking about his wedding, and all of a sudden his heart starts beating out of his chest, like he's having an anxiety attack. And I felt bad for him because honestly, I think of all of the brothers, he's kind of my favorite. Like I think he really kind of like is very stoic, is very respectful. I think he's an overall really good guy. And, I, I don't think he has anyone to talk to about this. Like he's, feeling alone.
He's my favorite too. But also
Yeah,
has to do with he's a cutie.
he's cute.
I don't know them all to say if he's my favorite or not, but I trust your girls' opinions. But do either of you think, because this was my initial thought, but again, I don't know all of the background. My initial thought was, what is this, season 2?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So there's already been a season 1. He's, I'm sure at this point, getting a lot of attention on social media when he goes out.
Well, he was on another reality show.
Jesse was.
No,
No,
I'm sorry,
no,
Steve.
Jesse
That's who I'm
wasn't.
talking about.
Yeah, no, Jesse
Do
Oh,
wasn't.
you
yeah.
think Jesse, a part of his, I understand he had a panic attack and that's awful. And, I'm not saying that that's not true. I think he really did. But do you think him questioning him getting married has anything to do with attention from females because of this show?
I don't.
I really don't. I mean, he
Okay.
could,
I
but
don't.
I just thought that because I thought, all right, we're in season 2. He's
I think he's
definitely
that big
getting
good of an
attention.
actor. Yeah, I don't think he's that good of an actor. He seems to be very sincere and genuine in his love
I
for
mean, he
Allie.
said she's too
Yeah.
good for me. Like the things he said were very sweet. So
He
I just,
also he doesn't have good he saw what happened with his mom and dad. He saw
sure.
how bad it got. And, he's although he's nothing like his dad, he's just fearful. This is a big step. I mean, he's known her since she was 16 years old. Regardless of, I think anyone would be nervous about that. And if you're not, you're crazy. It's not that you're
Right.
questioning the decision. It's just that it's a big day coming up. It is a big day. And at this point, he still doesn't have the prenup thing taken care of either, which
And I
is
don't
yet
think he
Has
should.
has
If
he
he doesn't
approached
want
her
it,
about a prenup?
no.
not as of yet.
So his family wants him to do a prenup?
Yes.
The men in the family, his mother does not.
So his mother knows about the prenup and does not agree with it.
The mother on a podcast.
I was gonna say, I didn't hear that. That didn't come out on the show. She did
Yeah.
say that.
Oh, man, I wish I saved it. I heard her on a podcast, and she broke it down. She said each one of those boys has, well, could it be 25% because
No, because there's 4 of them.
and there's 10% to what's her face. But
Right.
she broke it down and she said
Well,
if
maybe
they
they have
got
25%
divorced,
of each of the remaining 90. So,
right, she
yeah.
would get maybe like 10% if they got divorced. This is his mother. She broke it down to percentage-wise and said, while it's gonna be a lot of money, yes, but, she would deserve it. This is a woman who was wronged by her husband, and I really appreciate that she's sticking up and not siding with the men in her family. But the
Well,
mother,
listen,
and
I
you may
mean,
see that next week. I think they may have seen that in the previews, but the mother is definitely not for the prenup.
the girl obviously is not with him because of the money or the show or the fame. I mean, she's been with him since they were 16 years old. They're high school sweethearts. So there's no, underlying
And she's a nurse
malintent on her
practitioner.
part.
She's a
Right.
nurse
Yeah,
practitioner.
she's a
On a
nurse
bad day,
practitioner.
she's making 80 grand. That's
Yeah,
probably the
easy,
lowest she would be making, and that's
easy.
out there. But she's working in Kansas City. She's making 6 figures.
Yeah, God bless her.
Yeah. She should ask for the prenup.
No shit.
Think
Maybe she
about
should.
it. Think about it. I think everybody should get a prenup. But in this case, I'm not.
Well, we'll have to wait and see what happens because I don't know whether or not there was we don't know. So we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
And
And
one
then
of the things the mother also said, excuse me, that she left Steve Sr. a lot longer than we thought. She said that her youngest son did not grow up with his brothers. They barely knew him because they lived in the city, I guess Kansas City.
yes.
They lived in the city and he was never at the farm. He never went to the farm. It sounded like a lot of hatred for his father over the divorce.
Well,
Oh,
I
that's
think that they were
interesting.
separated for quite a while because I think that, kind of you get the inkling because even when Galena talks about it, Kristi says she wasn't there. So Galena, she was told that he wasn't married. Then she found out that they were married, but they were separated. Kristi was not at the farm. She was not going to
She
the
was
farm.
working. That's
She was
why.
she was
She took
working.
the youngest child, moved to the city so that she could provide for the family by working. That's what the mother said. She was in the city because she had to work, and she took the youngest with her.
Yeah. So then he goes and he tells his brother Stephen Jr. about, what happened and the panic attack. And he's telling Stephen Jr. that like I don't even want to tell Alli because I don't want to get her upset. And I get that you don't want to get her upset, but you definitely are gonna have to tell her.
Yeah. I
Can't
mean, it's
believe
her future
everybody
too.
doesn't have that conversation. Don't you think anybody getting married today would have a prenup conversation, just in general? Like we're talking about where we wanna live, what kind of china we want, and then a prenup. I
Well,
just
I
think it
think
would
he
be a
was
normal
talking to
part.
Stephen Jr. about the panic attack, right? He
Yes.
didn't want to tell her about
Yes.
the panic attack. This wasn't
Yes.
about the prenup at this point.
Correct.
No, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying, wouldn't a prenup be something that should come up in any
I
conversation
mean,
with any young
some
couple getting
people
married?
are some people are very against them. So it's a
But
it's a
especially
touchy
ag
situation.
yeah, she's making serious money. I'm surprised she didn't bring it up.
So then what happens? So Stephen, as soon as Jesse leaves, he calls Cole to let Cole know what's going on with, Jesse, that he broke down. And then we see Jesse and Alli are going they go to the wedding venue, and Allie's mom is there. Cole goes home in the meantime and tells Kacie that Jesse was having a panic attack, so now Kacie knows, so he's got to tell Alli because Kacie and Alli are very close, like, they
Yeah,
talk all
she's
the
gonna
time.
tell her if he doesn't.
Right, and Cole is trying to explain to Kacie that, Kacie thinks that Jesse should talk to Alli about it, and absolutely, absolutely, Jesse needs to talk to Alli about it. And then when they're there at the venue for the wedding, you could see just by the way Jesse was interacting that he was, like, not really present. He just was there,
And you
right?
could also tell that she caught on to that.
Mhm.
Like, I think she felt that vibe from
Yeah.
him.
I mean, she's known him.
Like, something was off, and you could tell she realized it.
Yeah, I mean, and then she said about he's gonna be building the arbor for the ceremony, which normally I can imagine would be an easy breezy thing for this guy to do, right? He's very,
Yeah,
hands-on, can do anything,
yeah.
manual labor, but you could just see, "Oh, yep, I'm gonna be doing that." You could see he's so uncomfortable about this whole thing. And then Cole's back. We see Cole talking to to Kacie, and he's like, "You know what? When we get married, we're just gonna do like a small thing here on the farm. Maybe we just put a post up on Facebook. It won't be that stressful." And Casey's just kind of looking at him like, no, don't think so.
No. Yeah, I don't think so.
Surprised they haven't done that wedding venue thing at the farm, you know? A lot of people that have farms do that.
God,
They
yeah.
turn a barn into yeah, that's big way
Yes.
yeah,
I love that. I love the
I
way
do
that looks.
too. My cousin did that. It was one of the best weddings ever.
Yeah,
I like the farm look too. I think it's very cool,
yeah.
especially for them. I mean, that's their life, right? So
Right.
certainly
That venue, though, that they were at was
yes,
beautiful.
it was
Like,
beautiful.
where they were going to get married overlooking, that was
Yes.
gorgeous. I mean, we don't have that in Jersey, that's for sure.
No, no, we don't. We don't have any mountains or anything. We just have flatlands.
We do, we
We have
just
the
In
have to
beach.
North
drive up there. We
Jersey,
got
yeah, yeah.
mountains. We
We
just
have
don't go
mountains
up
in North
there.
Jersey, but we
Yeah.
don't have any. I mean, not that I
Not like
know of, if
that.
somebody knows, like, yeah, if not like that. I mean,
Not like
we
that.
went Joe played basketball way up north one time at, like, a kinda like a Sportica, and there were all these mountains around it, and we're just, we're from the shore, so
Yeah.
I had, like, 3 kids in my car that were on the team, and they were like, "Whoa." I'm like, "I know, right?
We like our
Mountains up
flatlands.
here."
So even when Cole's talking to Kacie, he's kind of saying like, the next step is marriage, and she's at this point she's not even like, yeah, I don't know that that's,
Well,
I mean,
she
and he
he
tells
went
her he
looking
picked out
for
a
rings,
ring,
yeah. He went
yeah.
and he
looking for
tells
a
her that.
ring, and then he
Well,
goes to
not
her, and
well, not
she's
well,
like,
not yet,
"No?"
not yet, not so the next thing is after that, then Kristi goes out with Cole, and she's excited about, having a granddaughter, and Kristi says that the baby needs parents to be married.
No, it doesn't.
No,
Well,
it
that
doesn't.
Needs
and Cole
parents to love each other.
but then
Right.
Cole's
Right,
talking
and respect
yes,
each other.
100%. Cole's talking about budgeting for a ring. He's like, "I gotta do the elk hunt first, and that cost about $12,000." And Kristi's like, "No," like, even in her confessional, she's like, "My boys need to grow up." And I really like Kristi.
$1,000 to hunt an elk.
Yeah,
I mean, just think about it.
I know.
That's what
I
he
mean,
was talking about, hunting
I
an
know
elk.
y yeah,
Yes.
but you go away to, like, up to Montana and, they helicopter you in, it's all a big thing. You're married now, you have to make
Well, he's not married.
priorities.
He's not.
Well,
He's got a
you're in a
baby on the way.
you have a baby, you have to set your priorities, and $12,000 for an elk hunt? Honey, that
And why
$12,000
do you
needs to
wanna
go to a
kill an elk
college fee.
anyway? Why do you
Right?
wanna
How
go up
many
and
yeah, I'm
kill an
sure he
elk?
kills deer all the time on his farm during season. An elk is just a big deer.
Yeah, leave those animals alone.
I can't handle the
I know,
hunting.
I hate hunting. I don't
I
it's
have it
not I
happen in
don't
my front yard. Oh my god, we moved here, people knocking on our door. "Can we hunt in front of you?" "Oh, yeah."
Did you
My
say
neighbor
no?
No, it's my next door neighbor, I had to say yes. And then I'd look out my window and he'd have, like, 12 deer hanging in his backyard.
Whoa.
But you know what? He ate every part of it. He was a responsible hunter, and he brought up the 2 nicest young men. God, these kids were babies when I moved here, and they turned out to be absolutely wonderful young people.
Well, that's nice.
So,
That's
I'm
very
okay
sweet.
with the hunting because I saw they were raised
If
next
they're gonna
door.
eat it. Well, I guess is that what Cole was planning on do you eat elk? I would imagine, right?
Listen, these
Maybe
Or
guys
is
are
put
this
it on
just
the
for
cattle.
wall.
sport?
These guys are cattle farmers. They're killing cows every day. Like, this
That's
is what
true.
they do. Are you forgetting where we're at?
Yes, I'm forgetting where
We're
we're
at
at.
a cattle ranch. Like, come on, ladies. Get
Yeah.
this shit together. We're eating meat every day. We are not vegetarians. We need to kill meat to eat it.
Right. I know, right? I eat chicken every day of my life. I'm
Okay.
worried about the elk.
All right. Next.
Next week, one of us has to buy some of those steaks and try them.
Yeah.
I'll volunteer.
Okay. So then Kristi takes Cole shopping for a ring, right? She takes him to her jeweler and he's looking at the rings. And the jeweler says, well, what kind of ring does she like? He's like, I think she likes a rectangle ring. And the jeweler brings out all these. It's so funny. It's just
Did you
such
see
a.
the way the jeweler looked at him? He's like, well,
The
cushion cuts are
emerald.
very popular.
Yes. Yes. Right.
It's so funny.
He brings out all these different styles and then he picks out one that he likes. And, he's like, I like this one. And it turns out that one's only $10,000. And I say only because the elk hunt is $12,000. So, I mean,
Right.
that's a bargain, right?
That sounded like too good of a deal for that diamond. That was a
Totally
nice
agree with you
yeah.
because didn't he say it was 4 carats?
Yeah, I'm thinking that's gotta be really piss poor quality, right?
You know what?
Yeah, 4
To
carats
be
for 10 grand.
$10,000?
There's no way.
No.
There's
You
no way.
No. No.
Was it a lab
It was an
created
emerald.
diamond maybe?
Sure, it was lab created.
It had to be.
Lab
'Cause you're
created
not getting a
diamonds.
4 carat ring for 10 grand.
No. And you know what? I don't have a problem. And I used to tell young people all the time, like, like if Kelly was getting married, you know what? Put a zirc in that ring. Go buy a really nice setting, put a zirc in there, and when you can afford it, buy the diamond. Do that instead of getting her a ring she's not gonna be happy with.
Yeah.
But now these man-made diamonds are phenomenal looking. You can't tell the difference.
You can't tell the difference for sure.
You can't. I mean, the jewelers can't. They test as diamonds. The lab created ones test as diamonds. So, you can't tell the difference.
Wow.
So then after that, we see Stephen Jr. goes to the coffee shop and who walks in but Calah. I'm like, oh gosh, Stephen.
He's really whipped on this one, huh?
He
Well,
really is.
I think didn't they show him calling her last time to set that up?
Yeah.
The end of last episode?
Because I
yeah.
think I saw that
Yeah.
before this episode started.
Yeah. He said that, it's been a few weeks now, the last few weeks, with all the stress he's been under. And that was just 3 weeks ago. It was just 3 weeks ago that they had that big fight and she left. Just 3 weeks ago.
And that had something to do with the brother Cole?
Yes, because they
And
were
in
at
the podcast I heard, the mother
Ozarks.
is still paying her rent and her car payment. And she has
Wait,
another so many
Stephen
months.
Jr.'s mother, Kristi, is paying Calah's rent and car payment.
She
Why?
signed last episode, she signed as a co-signer on her rent, her lease. These are just clips of podcasts that I'm hearing on TikTok. And it was one of the brothers. It was a podcast one of the brothers were on. Wasn't the mother. Because he was saying, yeah, my mom is still paying her rent and her car payment. She has another so many months left.
Why?
Because
She
she's a good
co-signed.
woman. She's a good woman. She really is.
What's wrong with this Calah? What does she do? What does she do for a living? Why isn't she paying her bills?
Well, that's the girl that Steve Jr. met on the reality show, Joe Millionaire. Steve was on Joe Millionaire.
She went on a reality show to meet a millionaire.
And met Steve.
So she's a gold digger, and admittedly.
Yeah.
Admittedly, because she went on that show. I mean.
Yeah. And the thing was, you didn't know which one was a millionaire. There were two guys. There was Steve and a really good-looking guy. And we knew who it was, but the ladies didn't know who it was until after they picked them and stuff.
So this girl just wants to be famous and marry somebody rich.
Huh?
One or the other. She wants
Yeah.
to become famous and make her own money from being famous or marry somebody rich.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So is that what the family's problem is with her?
Well, that reality show was 5 years ago. They've been together a long time.
Did she have a profession before this?
I don't know what it was.
Just like everybody her age, a content creator.
Okay.
Okay.
That only works for certain people. Paige DeSorbo. That's who that works for.
Yeah, that really worked out well for her.
It sure did.
One of the few.
One of the few, but
So
God bless her for it.
Steven Jr. says he still has an RSVP to Jesse's wedding. I mean, he did. He already RSVP'd and he didn't change it. So he already said that they were both going. So, it's still, she can still go with him. And I'm like, are you out of your damn mind? Are you out of your damn mind? She said it's such an uncomfortable situation to be in because, what happened in the Ozarks. She got into a huge fight with Cole in the Ozarks because she was complaining about Steven and how he had it so easy and he's had everything handed to him and she had to work for it. Meanwhile, she hasn't worked for anything. And Cole called her out on it. Cole called her out on it and said to her, "You have no idea what you're talking about," and just put her in her place.
They
I
did
mean, the
not
fact
grow
that
up
she's
with money.
asking
Those
their
boys didn't
mother
grow.
to pay her bills.
Yeah, and those boys did not grow up with money. This
No.
money is newfound.
Really?
That's why the mother didn't live with him because she had to work to support the family. So she had to go to Kansas City, she was saying.
So this farm didn't really pick up until recently.
I don't think they started making money until they got into the other businesses. It's not just a
Okay.
farm. Now you could buy the steaks. They don't sell them wholesale. They only sell them mail order retail. They have the car washes, the coffee shops. They sell jerky. Joe Rogan or somebody like Joe Rogan was saying they're not farmers, they're businessmen. They know how to make money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good for them.
So Calah leaves it at, like, we'll see. Then we see Cole goes over to Casey's office and picks her up. I don't even know what Kacie does. Like, this is the first time, like, her workplace. I still don't know what she does.
And she was kind of walking out of there, right? Like, so you didn't really see. Did we
Or no,
see
you didn't see.
inside?
No, we
Yeah.
didn't see anything. We didn't see anything. And he picks her up and he winds up taking her to the new house that they're building, the construction site. And he already has set up this little fire pit and the chairs there. And, I really thought that he was going to propose then, but he gets down, and he said, I have
Good thing
one
he
more
didn't.
thing. I know. A good thing he didn't is right. He's like, I have one more thing for you. And he pretends to get on his knee and he gives her a house key with a keychain on it that says, "New baby, new house." And she loved that gift. She was very happy with that. And, she likes the simple things. She doesn't need all the flash and,
But she
you
knew
know,
that she was getting the house. It's not like
well, right. No, I'm
yeah.
just saying, like, the simple things, like, take me out here and, have dinner with me. Like, you don't have to
Yeah.
do
Cook
these
a hot
big,
dog on a stick over an open fire. I'm good.
I'm the
I'm all
right,
same
set.
way.
right. Like, just simple things, right?
To me on Valentine's Day, get some takeout, cuddle up and watch TV. I
Absolutely.
go to
You're
work
a
every
fool if you
day.
go out to dinner
I've
on
been to
Valentine's
every
Day.
restaurant around.
Yep.
Just let's be together.
Yep.
I agree with you, but I'll tell you what, one of the best Valentine dinners Eric and I ever had was at Renault Winery. I
No
think it was the
way.
first year we were dating because he took me there on our third date. And then we started dating in the spring. And the following Valentine's Day, we went to Renault Winery.
You're the
That
first
was
person I
great.
ever heard say they had good food there.
I loved the food there.
Have
I
you
don't know
been
how
there?
it is now. That
Yeah.
was, 20 something years ago.
They have new owners. They've done it. You gotta see it. Place looks great. They've done a lot
I've
to it.
heard that.
This is a winery around the corner from my house. That's why I know a
Yeah.
Mhm.
lot about it.
The wine's not great, I'll be honest with you,
I
but
was
the
on an
food was good.
airplane once, and a guy asked me where I lived. I said, "Oh, South Jersey, you wouldn't know it." He says, "No, I know a little South Jersey." I said, "Oh, I live right near, like, Renault Winery." And he's like, "That is the worst wine in the whole
It
country."
is.
This guy worked in the
It is.
something, and it was. But it's good,
It
it's cheap.
was.
You can buy a bottle for $10.
Okay, well,
Exactly.
now we're not gonna get them to sponsor us. Thanks a lot. No,
Oh, shit, and it is wine, yeah.
it's
It's
okay.
just
They
I'll
weren't
tell you what, there's
sponsoring
a
us
couple
anyway.
that aren't bad, but you certainly don't go there for the wine. You go there for
No.
the atmosphere and and we went for the food because it was so good. But again, it was different owners. It was 20-something years ago, so who knows?
So after he gives her the key, that's when he says to her, "You know what comes next? Next step is marriage." And he lets her know that he went ring shopping with his mom. And you could see the look on her face. And she said that, she doesn't want to rush into it just because it's the next step. Like, we don't need to rush into this. And I really like that for her. I really do. And
Yeah,
they've
I
been
totally
together
agree.
over 5 years also. It's not like, this just they've been together over 5 years. So good for her, good
Yeah.
for her. Then the next thing we see is Kyle is back at Steven's house and Cole comes over. You know what? I do not think that Cole needed to apologize. I'm sorry. I don't think he needed to.
Who was at Cole's house?
At Steven's house, Calah was there and Cole comes over and Cole says he felt embarrassed and, he apologizes to Calah about that whole blow up. I know he did it for his brother. I know his
I
brother
think that
asked him
was a
to do it.
gentlemanly thing to do.
I think,
Think he
listen,
did it for what's her name? Kacie, his
yeah,
girlfriend? I
yeah, it
think he
could
did
be.
it for her too.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't see what happened, why he was apologizing.
He was drunk, obnoxious.
So was
But
she.
listen, if his
Yeah.
mother's paying this girl's bills, I'm sure he has strong opinions about it.
Absolutely.
But
So it's a lot of
that's the
money
impression
too.
I got. I thought he apologized more so for Kacie.
I think it was
Wasn't the
probably a
rent like
combination.
$2,800 a month on the apartment?
25. It was
25.
2,500.
Yeah.
Get a job, Calah, get a job.
So Callis says, it takes a lot to come and apologize, and it meant a lot to her. But she's still not sure about going to the wedding. She doesn't want any more drama. I so hope she's not at that
Please.
wedding. I hope she's
That's
not at
all
that
you
wedding.
want is
She's
drama.
totally going
She's
to that wedding.
going. She
I don't
loves
want her at the
drama.
wedding. I don't want her at the
If
wedding.
you're
She's
meeting your
definitely going to
boyfriend
the
on a
wedding.
reality show, you like drama.
Yep, and she is gonna wear some kind of show-stopping dress, I would imagine. For sure.
So then the next thing we see is Jesse and Braden. They're at this indoor golf place. That's the youngest brother. And then all of a sudden, Stephen Jr. and Calah come walking in. And I don't think Jesse really knew. I mean, he looked to me to be genuinely surprised that she was
I
there.
totally agree.
Um, and then a little bit later, Cole and Kacie show up. And Allie's doing stuff for her shower. So that's why she wasn't there.
Her
Alli is
shower? Isn't the
older than
wedding a week
Jesse.
away?
Yeah. I mean, it's a week away in TV time. I don't know.
They said a week away, though, on the
I
show.
thought they did. You're right. I think they did.
She didn't
But
have her
I
shower
wanna
yet?
I gotta go Google. I have to make a chart on how old everybody is.
Okay.
Like, these guys could be 21, they could be 35. I have no idea. I was shocked
Well,
when Alli said she was older than Jesse.
Jesse and Alli said they'll be together 12 years by the time they get married, and they started dating at 16, so they must be 28
He
or
was
nearing
16.
28.
He was 16, she was older. She said, "I waited for him to get his driver's license before I went out with him."
Okay, so he's 28 or around 28.
Okay. And is he the youngest other
No.
than Braden?
No. It's Stephen Jr. and he's 30. He's already said he's 30. Jesse is 28, and then Cole, and then Braden.
Okay. Cole looks older than all of them.
I agree.
That's why it messes
I think
me up.
Stephen Jr. looks the oldest, but I think Cole looks the next,
Yeah.
like he could be the second.
And
Jesse just looks very young.
Jesse looks just like Kacie from Yellowstone.
He does. He does look like
And
Kacie
now
from
we have a
Yellowstone.
Kacie in the show too, so it's really confusing because I want to call him Kacie all the time because he
I never
looks
watched
just.
Yellowstone.
You
I
never
know
I
everybody
just had
says
I
it.
took my Yellowstone T-shirt off before here. I just had. I did. I had my Yellowstone T-shirt on. I'm like, oh, maybe I don't know. Maybe that you can't, on YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
So then Cole asks Jesse if he told Alli yet that he was nervous, and he said that he has not yet. The next thing we see is Jesse, Jake, and Cole are all harvesting at nighttime. And when Jesse gets home after that night harvest, that's when he sits down with Alli and tells her about that panic attack. And he starts telling her that he was hyperventilating and his heart was racing and, beating through his chest. Now, she's a nurse practitioner, so she knows exactly what that is, right?
Right.
And I felt like by the look on her face, she was like, like, "I'm here. Like, why didn't you, like, why didn't you come to me?" That's how I felt she looked. He
Especially
said he
because she's a nurse.
Right. He said that he feels like, and then when he said it, "I feel like I'm living a double life. Everyone thinks we have this perfect relationship." Well, and that I'm the perfect guy. And think that that's the problem is he feels like he has all this pressure, People do think he's the perfect guy, right?
Yeah.
And like, that's a hard thing to live up to. He's already said that he doesn't think he's good enough for her. And,
Honey,
he's
if you were
crying.
50 years older, he's so adorable.
He's crying and tells her that he didn't want to bring this to her because he doesn't want to let her or anyone else down.
Wait till he mentions a prenup.
Yeah. And then we kind of see her
That's
in her
what he should have done. Excuse me. He should have mentioned the prenup while he's telling her about the anxiety attack because she feels bad for him.
Yeah.
By the way, you know what brought on my anxiety attack? Was my brothers telling me I had to get a prenup.
And that
That's what
could
he
very
should have
well
done.
be true. That could be part of it. He just doesn't realize it. Like, that might be an underlying stressor for him that he's not even realizing is there.
They already own 2 houses. Not like,
Yeah.
oh, all these big things are going to happen. They've been living a married life.
But
Right.
They've been
they're
living
not
together.
But they're living together, and that's one of the things that Kristi brings up because she's in the city many nights, and they're not together enough, and
They're
that's
not
what Kristi.
together, but they commingle
Right,
everything.
right. So, I mean, I think her response was awesome, like, she asked him if he thinks, like, postponing the wedding might be something that he wants to or needs to do. We don't get an answer yet at this point, and in her confessional, she's crying, and I don't blame her, I'd be crying too. I was surprised she wasn't crying
Well,
then.
especially to have to do this on camera.
Right, right. I was surprised she wasn't crying then. I mean, the fact that he was and, he's opening I'm sure that was a very hard scene. I'm sure that was a very hard scene for her. But like you said, we know that whether they're married or they're not, they're together and they have the baby.
And they have
So
a baby. Yeah.
there's a happy ending. We know that
And
Sure.
I
there's a
love that
happy
the
ending.
sister-in-laws are so close.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah. Well, you know
And
what?
that
They
must be
kind of need
tough
to
for
be.
Calah. Yeah, that must be tough for Calah because Calah is all about image. And you look at Kacie and Alli, and they don't give 2 shits.
No.
No, I was
No.
thinking that as I was watching this. I'm like, they're both beautiful girls. Beautiful,
Gorgeous.
Kacie and Alli. They are
But they're
gorgeous
not putting
girls.
on pretenses.
Exactly. They're like us. Like, look at me. My
Yeah.
hair's in a bun. It's Sunday. I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm food shopping, I'm doing laundry, and now I'm doing a podcast. Like, I'm not
Right.
layering makeup on and blowing my hair out. I'm sorry.
Yep.
This is me on a
And
Sunday.
Calah
This
walks
is what you
around
get.
with her implants hanging out and her tight little
But
hoochie
yeah,
mama outfits.
right, because she's trying to be famous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love those 2 girls, Kacie and Alli. They're very genuine girls.
I mean, I'm
I do
just
too.
looking at the picture behind Wendy, and Kacie is just glowing.
Yeah. They are.
Is that her with the blazer on?
No, that's the mother.
Oh,
She's the
that's what
pregnant
I thought
one
that was
to
the
her
mother.
side.
Yeah. The
The
blue
mother
dress. She's
doesn't
holding her
look old
belly.
enough. Yeah, the mother is very young looking.
No,
Yes.
well, I don't think so. I
You don't think
mean,
so?
no, I don't actually. I don't know that that's nice, but I think she looks her age. Let's put it that way.
How old is she? She's gotta be close to our age, no?
She's gotta
I
be in
think
her
she.
50s.
I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking, in her
And
Let's see.
50s.
Steven Senior is 30.
How old is Kristi?
Is that what you said? Steven Senior was 30?
Steven Jr., he's 30, right, you said? Because then Jesse's
How
28.
old is Kristi McBee?
So she's gotta be early 50s.
That's what I assumed.
Oh my god, it gave me somebody else. Hold on.
McVie from Fleetwood Mac, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Yes,
Oh
it
my
did.
god, that's so funny.
That's exactly what it gave me. Let's see. It's not just popping up. Well, her oldest is 30. So, are you seeing
Hey, she's
anything?
gotta be in her 50s.
Yeah, I think she's in her 50s.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Fleetwood Mac is 79 years old. Kristi McVie, by the way.
She's no longer with us.
That one
She's
came up.
not
She was.
alive. Yeah, she was before she died.
That one came up right away.
I'm finding a lot of
Miss
information on her, but
Right.
not her age.
Not her
Is
age.
she like that savvy that she's no shit. That's what I'm thinking. Like,
Good for
she
her.
has her age removed from the internet.
Good for her. 51, actually. I remember seeing on the screen, the father's 51. The father's 51. Yeah, that's what we guessed.
And she owns a business called Lantel Communications
Yes.
because I think she got that in the divorce or she
She
started
bought
that after.
Yes, after the divorce, she took over that company, and then she brought on a partner, and then they spent 18 months. It wasn't in good shape, the business, and the two of them had the same work ethic, her and her partner. I don't know who her partner is. In 18 months, they really turned the company around, and the company's doing very well right now.
Good for
Yeah.
her.
Yeah. I mean, I'm team Kristi 100%. She's actually, I mean, as far as females go on that show, she's right on top there.
All
I
right,
mean,
I
she's
found
Yeah, I mean,
something else here. I don't want to put it up because it has her address. It says her age is 51, born November 5th, 1973.
well, that
yeah.
tracks because, like I
I
said,
mean,
Yeah,
I'm gonna be 51 in 2 weeks, so I thought she was, like, around our age.
you could have
yeah.
a 30-year-old too.
Can you imagine? Me neither. Me
You're both
neither.
going to be there.
So we're gonna have to wait and see what happens. I hope that we get another season sooner than later. I hope I don't have to wait like a whole year to find out. Like,
Sadly, Bravo doesn't do that.
that's unfortunate because these babies are babies. I want to see them. Like, I want them to be
Yeah.
filming
Yeah.
now. You know.
And
I
what
think
is
that.
with Bravo? We have 2 housewives shows on the same night, and we don't have any
Yeah,
housewives any other night. What is
why
going
are they
on?
doing that?
I
I don't
think
know.
because Miami wasn't doing that well, and
I think that's what it was. They
they're
figured
trying.
if people are watching OC and Miami comes on after, they'll just watch it. I agree with you,
I think
Wendy. I think that's
Miami's
what it
better
is.
than OC. And I'm not
I'll tell you
watching that
what,
King's Court.
I'm not enjoying either one of them.
Me neither.
It's too much with the petty cat fights, the bullshit. I'm just over it. I did hear though, that New Jersey's is test filming. Did you guys hear that?
I mean,
No, but
Melissa,
I think we're gonna
Margaret, Dolores, and I even heard Teresa was test filming with other potential housewives. I don't know if it's true, but that's what Bravos and
want
Cocktails say, and they're typically on point.
Lisa and Jen gone, and I want Danielle and Rachel Fuda with the other ladies.
I don't
Get
I
think
rid
we're
of
didn't
getting
hear
that.
Jackie.
unfortunately, I didn't hear anything about Danielle and
No,
Rachel,
no,
but Jen is definitely gone. Jennifer
and
Aiden is gone,
Danielle and Rachel are definitely gone.
which
But
is very sad.
I see Danielle on Instagram, and she cracks me up.
Absolutely.
That's a Jersey girl, okay?
Mhm.
That's a Jersey girl.
Speaking of that, you know what the new thing is? Maybe this is where we'll see Danielle. You know, Danielle's friends with JWoww. Did you guys know
Mhm,
that?
I don't
mhm.
know who
JWoww
JWoww is.
from Jersey
Yeah,
Shore.
they were just
Oh,
at
okay.
friggin' resort together, like, the day after I was there. I missed Sammy. Sammy was there the day after she opened her boutique, and then the other I think I was there the day before JWoww and, Danielle were there at the pool. My timing sucked. Yeah, I knew that, though. I knew she was
Wait, I was at
hosting
Ocean
something.
yesterday. Who was there?
Melissa
Melissa,
Gorga, she was hosting something at the nightclub.
the
I
HQ.
dropped I dropped some friend I went out to dinner with friends, and I dropped them off at Ocean, and I left, and all of a sudden, I'm driving. They said to me, "Can you drive at night?" I'm like, "No." I dropped them off, and I'm driving the wrong way down a street, and there's cars coming at me. I
My
can't
god,
drive.
Gina.
Gina,
I
you're
can't
not
drive at night.
no driving at night, Gina.
I can't. I can't.
No,
No, please don't do that. Holy shit.
But
that's
you gotta be
scary.
careful when you leave there. It's easy to do that.
It's
But
very when you're leaving any of those casinos.
Borgata, I can get in and out with my eyes closed, but nothing
Well,
else.
Yeah.
let's not do that either.
So what else did you hear, Wendy?
Okay, Jarita,
Dorinda.
Mob Wives, Jarita.
No, Drita from Mob
Drita,
Wives.
Mob Wives
Dorita.
is getting a show. It's coming. Oh, it's coming. Yep, something's coming very soon. She's single. She's also single. I think there may be a book, and then there's a show coming. So
Well, isn't
Danielle,
she friends with Danielle?
that's what I was going to say. She is
Perfect.
also friends with Danielle Cabral. So
Cabral?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, they're
But
friends.
Danielle grew up on Staten Island. She
Yes.
Yeah.
didn't grow up in Jersey.
That's right. I know.
Yeah. I mean, there's a fine line between Staten Island and Jersey girls, to be quite honest
Yeah.
with you.
Danielle's
You know-
a Jersey girl. So there's you know what? there's just a very expensive bridge. That's the only difference.
That's the only difference.
Yeah.
So that's something maybe I don't know. I did see that though.
I hope we see Danielle again. I hope we see Rachel again. I really wanted to see that little Lorenzo. He's adorable. I'm pissed that, you know, the show got all screwed up,
And that's
and
all
it
because of
really did.
Louis.
I
Louis is
totally agree with you.
100% to blame for that. Nobody
I
can tell me
totally
any
agree with you
different.
because before Louis came on the scene, Teresa and Joe Gorga were fine. Teresa and Melissa were fine.
They
Louis
were
came in and
tolerating
threw a
each
wrench
other.
in the
Yep.
whole thing. They were all getting along. The season prior to Louis coming on, except the whole thing about her saying that Evan cheated on Jackie. But I'm going to say something. I'm starting to think that Evan did cheat on Jackie.
I
And
heard
I'm
that was
starting to
true.
think that there's evidence out there that it's true, and they have gone to great lengths to cover it up because of his profession. I there were a couple of things I saw, and I'm starting to think that he really did
Can I
cheat.
say something? Look, you know me, I'm the biggest I love reality, I love drama, I love fighting. I think you should be able to keep certain things in the closet. I don't think
I agree.
something like that. What broke my heart, and I can't stand the bitch, is Jen Aiden. When it all came out how Bill cheated on her and it was with a rep in his office, my heart broke for her. It really did. Even though I don't like her, my heart broke for her. That was
I
horrible.
agree with you, but I do understand why Margaret did what she did,
Yes, I do
because
too.
Jennifer Aiden was horrible to Margaret and dragged her for leaving her husband for the
Yeah.
plumber
I'm not
and
saying she
made
didn't deserve it, but I still
numerous
felt bad.
derogatory remarks to her. So
Do you
I
know what?
understand why Margaret did what she did, but I agree with you because of her only because of her kids. I felt bad.
Believe that a lot of women couldn't give two shits that their husband cheated on them. They can't handle the humiliation. Being
Yeah,
cheated on is the most humiliating thing that could happen to you. And I think that's why a lot of women are upset about it because a lot of them don't give a shit about their husbands, wishing they were gone, you know? But I
but
did feel
Jennifer,
bad for
knowing
Jen.
that that happened to her, should have handled her business much differently on that show when it came to Margaret. She
Jen Aiden
I
should have
mean,
brought that out from the beginning because she knew it was already out there.
or
Everybody knew about it.
not go hard for somebody for infidelity, knowing what's in your closet.
Who admitted it?
Just
Right.
keep button it up, man.
Yeah.
You wanna go after her for something else, sure, but not the infidelity because you're a hypocrite then.
Well, I mean, it wasn't her that was unfaithful though. It was her husband.
I understand, but you're still married to him
I
and
mean,
continued to have children with him. You forgave him, but yet you're making Margaret look like the devil for
well,
doing it.
I'm just saying, not that I'm defending her because, and again, I'm not a fan of Jennifer's either, but that's why she was doing it is because Margaret was that other woman. Like she was the one, it was a woman. Like
Sure,
it was the other
sure.
woman. It wasn't Jen that did it. And Jen, in her mind, would never do that. But Margaret did do it and admitted to doing it. And she doesn't have respect for people like that because of what happened to her with her husband.
Yeah,
And
I
again,
get it.
not that it's right, because it is not right in any
No, because if
circumstance.
you don't want that coming out, then stop
Right,
clawing at someone who knows about it, who can bring it out.
right,
You pushed her too far.
right.
I don't agree with it.
Because we all know Marge is like a pit bull and finds
Mhm.
everything out. Everything.
Yep.
Oh god, she has to come back. I love her. Marge.
I just read her book, Gina. It's so good.
I gotta get it.
So good.
So, you heard that they're test filming people? Is that what you said? Like
They're
new
yeah,
people?
so Dolores, Melissa, Margaret, and supposedly Teresa are filming with potential new housewives.
Okay.
So they're testing out the
Interesting.
new people, but those 4 are most likely coming back. I mean, Margaret posted a picture of herself. That's what bothers me. I'll tell you what, I was a big fan of 2 T's in a Pod for years. I can't even listen to it anymore
I'm the
because
same
one, I
way.
can't listen to Tamra, like, looking for grace. You're not getting any grace. You're terrible. And I can't listen to Dolores. She's like such a hypocrite on that podcast. How she's saying how other housewives should behave when she doesn't even behave that way. And how you should hold your friends accountable when she doesn't hold her friend accountable. I can't listen to it anymore. I'm done with that podcast. I love Teddy on there, but I can't listen to those 2.
And I was a Tamra fan up until last year. I stuck with
I
her.
never
I
was.
stuck with her until last year. When she came back this last time, I was like, "No, no."
She's all produced. She's overly
And
produced.
it's okay because we kinda need that to keep the show going. But she's so nasty,
I don't
Yeah.
feel like we do.
nasty.
I don't feel like we do. This is where I disagree
I
with
don't like
people
it to
'cause
be overproduced, but I like the drama.
I don't really like the drama, to be honest with you. I really don't, and I know
I
that
mean, a
a lot
little
of
bit of
people
drama is okay, but once you start talking
it's
about people's kids and their
Yeah, who's gonna
husbands and
watch
their
2 people baking cookies? And I'll turn on Food
it
Network
doesn't
if
have to
I
be
want
baking
that.
cookies. It can be going on trips and having fun and laughing, and it doesn't have to be all drama. It doesn't have
Think
to be all backstabbing. It doesn't have to be that way.
that would get too old too fast.
I don't know. I say try it.
Mm.
I say try it.
Bring back Danielle Staub,
God, no.
No!
No.
No!
Kim DePaulo.
My God.
No, I can't stand
Gina.
Kim
Can you
D.
imagine those 2?
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. I'd rather see Danielle Staub on Real Housewives of New Jersey than Teresa.
Me too.
I'll say that. I really think it's time for Teresa to go. Really think and give her her own show because then I have the choice to not watch it. I have to fast forward through her scenes because I can't stand Louis.
Okay, so until next time, thank you for watching and listening. Please give us 5-star reviews and subscribe. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.